Solve the equation 5w squared minus 26w is equal to 24. Notice first of all that this is a quadratic equation. It has a w squared term, a w term, and a constant term. So our strategy will be to set one side of the equation equal to 0 so that it has the form aw squared plus bw plus c is equal to 0. So to get started, let's subtract 24 from both sides. That gives us 5w squared minus 26w minus 24 is equal to 0. Now that the equation is set equal to 0, we have some different options. One method would be to try and factor. 5 only has two factors, 1 and 5. However, 24 has many different factors, 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 8, 12, and 24. So if we try the method of factoring, we might get lucky and be able to factor on our first attempt. However, we might try and try again, and it might be a rather inefficient method. So what I'm going to do is to use the quadratic formula. The quadratic formula can be used to solve any quadratic equation. The quadratic formula says that w is equal to the opposite of b plus or minus the square root of b squared minus 4ac all over 2a. This is where a is the coefficient of w squared, b is the coefficient of w, and c is the constant term. So let's first of all identify our a, b, and c in this problem. The a is the coefficient of w squared. In our equation, the coefficient of w squared is 5, so wherever we see an a in the formula, we'll substitute it with the value of 5. The b value is the coefficient of w. In our equation, the coefficient of w is negative 26. So wherever we see a b in our equation, or in our formula rather, we will substitute negative 26 in its place. Finally, c is the constant term. In our equation, the constant term is negative 24, so where we see the c in the quadratic formula, we'll substitute negative 4. So we have, using the quadratic formula, w is equal to the opposite of negative 26 plus or minus the square root of the square of negative 26 minus 4 times the a value of 5 times the c value of negative 24 all over 2 times the a value of 5. So now carefully simplify. The opposite of negative 26 is 26 plus or minus the square root of the square of negative 26 is 676, and then from that we take away 4 times 5 times negative 24, and the result is 1,156. All of this is over 10. So we'll continue over on the right. W is equal to 26 plus or minus, evaluate the square root of 1156, that's 34, all over 10. Now the plus or minus indicates that there are actually two different solutions. One solution is W is equal to 26 plus 34 over 10, and 26 plus 34 is equal to 60, and 60 divided by 10 is 6. So one solution is 6. Or W is equal to 26 minus 34 divided by 10. 26 minus 34 is equal to negative 8. So we get negative 8 over 10. But negative 8 over 10 reduces to negative 4 over 5. So the solution set consists of two different numbers. One of the solutions is negative 4 over 5, negative 4/5. The other solution is 6.